What's up, everybody? We got Frozen in Time. I'm here for it. This is one of the ones I've been looking forward to. As soon as I sent that message and I got a response, I was waiting for this one. Who we here with today, man? Introduce yourself.
O- Okay, stupid. No, it's Delta D's. Delta D's Arius. Deezy out of here.
Delta Deez, man. Delta Deez. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, dog. How you doing?
I'm doing great. My vision's fucked. That's why I got the glasses on. This is
I
recent.
know. I'm be joining you real soon. I just gotta go to my eye doctor.
Bro, this shit sucks. I hate it, but we gotta cook.
Yeah, for sure. It's blind, deaf, or dumb. I do have to cook.
Yup.
Regardless, you gotta get. You gotta get in that kitchen.
But give y'all a little bit of backstory on Rye. This is one of my favorite ones I've been looking forward to. I'm gonna glaze a little bit. We're just gonna move past that. We're gonna move on. Delta, listen, y'all see my reactions. I love Delta's music. Delta been helping me out. The whole Otaka Underworld, my mental shit. That'd be good. You be speaking some real shit, and I appreciate that. Um, you do be talking your shit, and I do love that as well. You
I
do be
try. I
talking your
mean,
shit.
I try. You gotta flex a little bit.
Yeah,
You gotta flex a little bit when you're proud of yourself. When you do some shit that you proud of and that you told people you was gonna do and they told you you wouldn't. You gotta flex a little bit.
hell yeah. And the good thing is that, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean this. If y'all want to go into more further detail, don't. A lot of shit that Delta be making music on about where he grew up and where he dealt with all his type of shit that he dealt with when he was younger. Kind of the same aspect I had to deal with, not maybe to a further extent, but
There's similarities.
the
There's
similarities,
relatable things.
and that's why it hits a lot different. We both, yeah, I've dealt with some shit. I ain't gonna go in detail because fuck no. Uh, Delta's gone through some shit. Y'all have already heard about that. We ain't gonna go into more detail about that. If you haven't, fuck is you doing? Go listen. Uh,
Yeah.
but get this shit started, man. You dropped a song. Recent song dropped on Saturday. Uh,
Oh, the new one. Get
the
down on
new
him.
one. Get down on it. I can't lie. I hate you for that sample, but I love you for doing that sample. Uh,
It's a joint, bro. I love that. I love that sample. I grew up. My dad's older, so I grew up with music of like that era
mhm,
all the time, and just like so when people flip, because those are like that's like a song that's like flipping it into a beat
mhm.
if you do it really well. So shout out to Ben Mario on that for the production.
Hell yeah.
I found him on YouTube. And yeah, bro, it's just not like, especially like it's got that big extra plug bounce.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That
I heard that
southern
one instantly.
that that southern rapper
Mhm.
bounce. You know what I'm saying? Especially Houston. So yeah, no, it's tough. It's super tough. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, I always ask this, and I always get a lot of different answers on this, but growing up with music choice, because you did say, like you just said, you do have an older father, which
Yeah,
was the music similar to like what you just said, where it's a bunch of older music, that's all you really listened to?
yeah. He was
Was it kind of like as you got older, like the classic was still there, but you were still kind of going into that new school stuff, or
So the dichotomy is that my dad is older and my mom is younger. Like me and my mom are really close in age. My mom
mm-hmm.
had me when she was 20, and my dad is so she's in her 40s now. My dad's in his early 60s now. So you know, I lived with my mom primarily.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where a lot of the influence of the hip hop and the R&B and shit like that, like 90s hip hop, R&B and shit like that, and early 2000s stuff, like having that always in the house. That was what made me one of the main influences in terms of how I get to today.
Mm-hmm.
But equally is when I would be with my pops, and because my pops was very involved in my life, even though they were split. Um, I have a familiarity with that kind of music. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that generation of music, like that 70s, 80s. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like anything from like disco to rock and roll and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
so, um, and everything in between. So basically, like that does play a part in terms of at least helping open the brain waves up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
while doing the shit that I mainly like, which is hip hop and R&B. So it definitely helps and definitely influences to a pretty solid to a pretty substantial degree.
Gotcha. Which is good because I feel like that helps artists with music choice with having such a different variety of
Always, yeah,
music. But
yeah.
speaking of your music, there was one song that I really wanted to like get into because like I said, we talked about this right before we started the recording. And a little bit at the very start was your music when you go in depth and you go and you speak about your past life and you kind of because you do something really well that a lot of artists really don't do, and that's make music that can be based on both like maybe what like
Anime
whatever character
and
you're talking
real
about
life.
and then your
Yeah,
actual self. And it was better than I ever been. I know it's a little
yeah.
bit of I know it's a little bit of an older one,
No,
but
that's the one.
yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
one.
one.
That's gonna change my life.
Now what was that? Because that's a deep song. Going listening to
Yeah,
everything. What was that process of? Do you if you remember, what was that more process of writing that song, seeing like how like the reaction was when it came out, maybe it
I
being a
wrote
little later.
I wrote the first verse in the car on the way home from work in my
Mm-hmm.
head, just like playing the beat in an AirPod
Mm-hmm.
driving home, and I just was like, so the whole concept of better than I've ever been is the it's not an oxymoron, but I guess it's just the irony of it. The irony of better than I've ever been was I was working a job that I hated, but I made more money than I ever was.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and music was doing better than it had ever been doing, but I was losing my time for it because I was working 60, 70 hour weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on paper, like if you put everything that was going on in my life, you know, I was in a really healthy, really good relationship. And still am. Like we ended up obviously being I've been married for a year and a half now. So
Mm-hmm.
basically the long story less long TLDR version is better the irony of better than I've ever been is it's me saying giving like all of the reasons why I'm in a position where all these good things are happening, but I still don't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these good things could be happening, and and that doesn't necessarily mean that just because good things are happening to you and for you and everything like that, that means it's not okay to be not okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like the whole point of the song, and the creation process was basically just getting just it was just I heard the beat and I just started writing in my head and I just kept it on loop
Mm-hmm.
in my phone in an AirPod on the way home from work. I wrote the first verse. I memorized the first verse line by line, like while I was writing in my head on the drive home, and then I just got home and I finished it, did the hooks, and I put it out pretty soon after that. I think it was either the whatever whenever I had wrote it, I was on bi-weekly schedule back then. So I'd put it out. It at most came out 4 weeks after I wrote it.
Yeah.
And the reception of that song was nuts. The reception of that song was super duper crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one of the main reasons I think the reason why that song is at the spot it is on my Spotify is because it got picked up by a Spotify editorial, because it got picked up by the Shonen Spotify
Mm-hmm.
editorial when they put that out, and I think it's still on there. But yeah, no, the reception of that song was nuts, and it felt really good because it's kind of what I do it for.
Because that's your
You know?
that's almost pushing a million streams right now too.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there, and it still get a certain number a month. But I'm still like that song holds a very special place in my heart because the songs that I would do that on,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's still a good portion of them, and and they do okay or they perform as expected, or even if they underperform, I'm still always going to be really proud of those songs because of what they are as a work,
Mm-hmm.
as an expression. But then like to see that people still care about shit like that
Mm-hmm.
when you give it to them, and that it's going to be received that way, that was like it was a lot of good, it was a lot of positive reinforcement to my mentality towards music at that point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
because this shit can be up and down in terms of how it affects you mentally.
Yeah, I have, especially talking to a lot of artists recently. I've definitely seen that last part happen where, depending how the
Man,
song goes, well, fuck you up. Now that's going to kind of lead me because I made a post about it. That's going to kind of lead me in the Twitter question. Shout out a little bit late. He has to because on that last part of that song where you just went full on singing mode. I think it was
yeah,
I think it was the chorus. or a hook.
Yeah, it was like
And
a yeah. I didn't really have much structure when I made it.
yeah, but how did you find out that you kind of have your melodic type of sound and use it to your advantage when making? He says in rapping, but like mainly when it comes to making music and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, basically like to do the job that I would
Mm-hmm.
replace a feature for, right? That I would
Yeah.
normally you would get a feature for. Yeah. So the I guess so the thing is that I only started rapping because I wanted to sing. I was 10 years old, but I couldn't sing, and I knew I couldn't sing, and I knew I was ass. So I was like, "Fuck it! If I can't be uh, Usher or T Pain, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be Lil Wayne and Drake and fucking and whoever my favorite rappers were at the time when I
Yeah.
was listening to rap." And so that's how that started. And then I started practicing and using auto tune um, when I was like 19, 20, and then just working on. I just, I wanted to get better because I knew I could hear it in my head. So I was like, okay, if I can hear it in my head and I know how it's supposed to sound, then I could probably just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I just got to learn how to just make my voice do that.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of progress. I remember I had a tweet, I think it was last year or the year before, and I was just like, if you listen to me before 2020 and you said I was trash, you was right. I mean, and but we back, but we up now.
It's
We
that
up.
progression.
We up. It's the progress, and that's why leave a lot of that old shit up. Is for the to show you like if you listen to like really old auto tune songs that I have
Mm-hmm.
that are like 5 years old, and you listen to one now, it's two completely different artists, same kind of the same person, but mostly completely different like artists level
You
and
can tell the
professionalism.
different, the mastery more of.
Oh my god, yeah, like by far and large, yeah, yeah. So basically, like it's because I always wanted to. I learned because I learned to do it because I always wanted to do it. It's not that I ever necessarily
Mm-hmm.
was just like, oh, I can do this. No, it's just I always wanted to do it, and I was frustrated that I couldn't. So I just
You just did it.
hit my head on the brick wall
Mm-hmm.
until I figured it out. Yeah.
Progression, and I'm gonna say this because we've all told you this. Not you, the person
Okay.
asking the question. It's just repeating it, doing the same thing over and over again. I know that it's the same.
Repetition.
It's the same. I don't even make music, and I know that. It's just doing it, and if you fuck up, do it again. See what you
You
fucked up
fuck up.
at.
You fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Sometimes I still fuck up. Some takes take me, singing, especially singing. Sometimes rapping, but with singing, some takes might take me 20 takes to get it right. But I got to get it right. I'm gonna put it because if this gonna come out, I want it to be
good. Yeah.
the best that it can be. And if that take 20 times, if it take two, if it take 200, it's what it is.
Now I gotta ask because he's talking about takes. You released
Yeah.
you released. I'm gonna call it an album. Yeah, it's basically an album. The Deezy Diamonds.
Yeah, we
With
dropped
that,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Was that an album or EP? I always get them mixed up.
It's an EP. It's an album. It's a mixtape.
It's a
It's all
project.
blurred lines. It's blurred lines. It's a project. It's a project. It is technically by music standards and definitions. It's an EP,
Okay.
but it's a project. It's a body of
Now,
work.
what was that? Because y'all had Deezy Diamonds 1 and 2, the regular
Yeah.
tracks, and then y'all made the whole EP and everything. What was yours and Diamonds kind of like? Progress on it. What was y'all kind of like? What y'all want to do with it? Because there were some songs where y'all were like rapping, y'all were talking, y'all mess and everything, which was yeah. And then there was
Yeah.
a couple of them where I was like, man, I'm finna start crying just listening to this.
Yeah.
So what was kind of y'all like take on how y'all wanted that EP to go?
We wanted it to be an encapsulation of what we do when we get together on songs.
Mm-hmm.
But just like really what it would sound like. I guess we just always wanted people to know what it would sound like, what a DZ Diamonds project would sound like,
Mm-hmm.
and we did our best to like, give people that, and we tried, and we feel like we did a really, really, really good job. The only thing we didn't really give them on that project was auto tuning kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
melody stuff. We didn't really give them that, but that's because we felt like with what we were doing, like in terms of just trying to not separate from our nerdcore aesthetic necessarily, but kind of give give a long form version of,
No,
you know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean, like gives people something else to really look at, like all at one, like you can, and trying to keep it concise, being the eight songs,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
try to get people, because then we still wanted real shit to be on the projects. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like we wanted shit like Only Child to be on the project.
that was
Like,
that was one of them ones.
and so and I appreciate that. And so basically we tried to make it so that, because it would just feel like Convergence would just, like, let's say we say, like, our song Convergence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say if Convergence hadn't come out yet and we put it on that project. It's not that it's a bad song by any means whatsoever. It's still, Convergence is still
Mm-hmm.
that, but it doesn't, I wouldn't, I
It
don't
wouldn't.
think
It
it would
wouldn't. It
necessarily,
wouldn't fit.
it wouldn't fit, and neither would things like What's the Deal, or a couple of, you know what I'm saying? There's a
Yeah.
couple of joints that those songs stand alone better than in that package.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of the idea as well, is to make sure that if we do something, like if we're doing this Only Child, I Was Only 10, like the intro, like if we were gonna do all those things, like we needed to make it not only concise, but there's another C word for it, consistent, but there's another one for it. But yeah, but basically that. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking of. I know. I know. I
Concise,
know what you
and
mean.
there's
I know
you
what you
know
mean by it.
exactly right
Yeah.
there, and you would think
Leave in
with
the
what I
comments below because
work,
I'm
you would
not,
think with what I would do for work, I would have that word available to me at any given point. But no, I'm still
brother.
fucking stupid. I'm
Brother. I
still
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Same.
I'm
I'm.
still burning. So
Listen, whatever that word was, I knew what you was going for.
yeah, 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 yeah.
If y'all know what he was talking about, and y'all know what he was going for, leave that in the comments. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna like it. Yeah. Uh, we be struggling, man. I'll be struggling.
Yeah.
But now, speaking of nerdcore, and like you
Mm-hmm.
said, because like Better Than I've Ever Been, that came out what,
21.
22, 21.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I think.
that one was your kind of like that one kind you kind of blew up. You kind of took off on that type of community. Did you see yourself kind of more of taking off in the community, being more recognizable, given more recognition in the community? Do you feel like you haven't earned? I mean, not earned. You haven't got that recognition that you deserve, or
No, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like it's a deserved or this. It's just, I think that I think that our community, that in the nerdcore community. So I'll answer the first part of the question. The first part of
mm-hmm,
the question is, did I expect to gain the kind of traction
mm-hmm,
I did with that song? No, because that wasn't what the song was for. The song was purely for expression, and the fact that it did numbers is the bonus.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really mean from the bottom of my heart when I say that there's a quote going around out there, not going around anymore, but that was out. That's where I was like, yo, like I would do this shit for free. It was
mm-hmm.
like I think it was in the Slick blog from one of our events,
Yeah,
and basically it's like, yo, like I would be doing this whether I'm making money or not, because I have a genuine love and passion for it, and it keeps me sane. It's my therapy. It's my this. It's my that.
mm-hmm,
So no, I didn't expect that to happen with the song. The same way I didn't expect Hawks to be what Hawks was,
yeah. That was yeah,
because Hawks was, again, it was just me having fun. Like, it's the opposite end of what I was doing on Better Than I Ever Been in terms of mentality, because on Hawks I was just having fun. Like, I was just really chilling
yep.
and just doing whatever I felt like. And so basically, now, do I feel like I haven't gained maybe recognition that I'm either seeking or feel I've earned? I, I don't feel like that either, because I feel like in the nerdcore community, people have certain tastes,
Mm-hmm,
and I know that there is less of a demand for like straight up like R&B melodic
mm-hmm,
stuff, and then like there's a less of a demand for maybe some of the styles of rap that I do, and maybe some of the inconsistency of going back and forth between those two and the subgenres within them. Like I can say that I think that one thing probably is true is that people don't, like, from the other side, people don't know when I do drop what it's going to sound like. Like,
Yeah.
you have to listen to it to find out what it's going to sound like which direction I went. And I feel like that, while that can be a good thing, um, it can also be a little bit of a hindrance
Mm-hmm.
to you at the same time, with algorithm or just people that know you that do like some of your music. They're not always going to check out every single song because they don't have in their brain already that I might not like this song, so I'm not going to risk listening to this. Let me go listen to something that
You
I'm
go
going to
listen.
go actually like, if they're
Mm-hmm.
already not like that deeply invested.
Yeah.
Not that I expect all of my fans to like every single song that I've ever put out ever. I don't like every single song that I've put out ever in hindsight. So, like, but there are certain people that are just so invested in me individually that they'll listen to whatever I put out just to see if they like it, or just to
Yeah.
see what I'm talking about, or just to, even if it's just to get, if it's something, just to see if they can tell where I'm at mentally or anything like that because of
Mm-hmm.
things that I've said in previous songs. So no, I'm gonna rip that fire alarm out of the fucking wall. Um, yo, this
I
shit ain't
be
acted up all
listen.
day, and as soon as
I'll be hearing it, and you be in mid conversation, and I just be like, I be thinking it's my. I have to look at Discord, make sure I'm like,
no,
is mine picking up?
no, it's my this shit ain't acted up all fucking day, and now it's just like, yo, check this out. This might be an interview with you, but it's also featuring me. I'm getting my fucking shine. I'm gonna let everybody know that you haven't changed the batteries yet.
Listen, I'm putting the title on. Talked about
Yeah,
music, fire
featuring
alarms, featuring
fire alarm.
Delta's fire alarm. Uh,
But yeah, no. So that's so to answer to wrap up. The answer to the question is that it's basically no to both things. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? Like, it's basically no to both things. Like, I didn't expect it, and I don't expect it, and I don't feel unrecognized because I'm pretty sure you could ask almost that. I'm pretty sure a large majority, maybe not every single human being in nerdcore, in our section of nerdcore community,
Mhm.
but a lot of people know who I am and respect me and show me love, and
Yeah.
even if they don't all listen to the music, like, I don't it. Of course, I would love for as many people to listen to it as possible, but
Hey, go
it
stream his
don't.
music.
It don't. Yeah, go stream. Get down on it right now. All streaming platforms. I'm editing the AMV to over the next couple of days, so that'll be out by Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's exactly
So
why
for
I'm
the
reacting to it. That's
people,
perfect timing. I'm not even gonna lie with you.
that's for anybody, for the reactors, and for the just people who do YouTube music. So that's when it's going out.
Perfect. Now you did mention nerdcore, and obviously, everyone knows you're an otaku underworld. Shout out otaku underworld. Shout out people I've done past streams with. Death, Slick, uh,
Yeah, shout out the gang.
ASF. If you get free, please. We were
Yeah,
supposed to film one like months ago. Uh,
yeah. He busy. He go
he got.
hurry, hurry.
Speaking of that, another one. A
My brother,
part two coming soon.
my brother finna go to the moon. We going to
hmm
the, we take Ace off to the. Y'all didn't expect it, but we take Ace off
Hey,
right to the moon. We probably listen.
now It's a two-part question. Shout out Nero for this. It's a two-part question. First
Yeah.
things first. How did you come up with the name Delta Deez? Where did that name come from? What was the
Oh
backstory
man,
behind
let
this?
me. And what was the second part of the question? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Listen, I don't know if that's going to be a long question, but we're going to start with
It's
the
gonna
first
be.
one
I'm
first.
trying to. I wanted to hear the second part of the question while I try to break
Oh,
down the
okay.
answer in my head. It's a longer story than it should be. Believe it or not.
I'm mad Nero spelled meat wrong. I'm looking at Twitter right now. He put meat, the other meat. That's yo. How did you meet Slick and the rest of Otaku Underworld? How did that whole join
Okay.
together get to
I'll
things?
answer that one. Actually, will be a quicker answer.
Okay.
I'll answer that one first, and then I'll tell you about the rap name.
Okay.
So I met everybody. Basically, Krista put out a tweet about doing some type of like anime rap cipher
Mm-hmm.
about like with people that he knew were mutuals at the time with on Twitter and stuff like that. Lovers Leap. I don't know if you know who Lovers Leap is, now known as Calvin Frankie. He's the dude who produced my project Teed Up 2?
Yep.
The producer for that.
Oh, okay.
Formerly known as Lovers Leap. Producer, beatmaker. Quote retweeted Chris's tweet about the anime rap cipher with, "Was you serious about that cipher?" with a snippet of the original Otaku Underworld cipher from like 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And that sprung off into a group chat that eventually we cut down to a certain amount of people and made it into Otaku Underworld. Is the long story less long. So that's how we all kind of got together, was through Krissa. And Krissa is the GOAT all time. Like, I have him in my GOAT. Like, that's the greatest. Like, he's one of the people. He is the main person, I should say, but also one of a handful of people that showed me that, oh, you can make and like rapping about anime sound dope. Like, you can make that shit sound fly. Okay, bet. And I looked to him for a lot of that inspiration, starting out when I first started writing about anime. And so that's how that started with Underworld. Basically, it was a really big group chat of just like kind of like people kicking it and kind of like networking a little bit, and then it turned into cutting out people that weren't really that serious or just weren't around anymore, didn't really do anything musically, and then cutting it into Underworld. The rap name question, I'll tell it like this. First of all, I made the biggest mistake of my career not using my actual nickname that my homies growing up gave me as my rap name.
What was it?
It's just Goody, like Goody Mob.
Uh huh.
Like, it's just Goody, but just without the E. And Goody Mob is the only other people with that SEO. So if you searched it up, so and the reason why I have that last name is because it's the first half of my last name.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first point. The second point is that when I was in middle school and I had came up with my own rap name, I was still a huge Lil Wayne fan, and I wanted to make a name that I blueprinted Wheezy F Baby, and I instead said Delta D plus. Delta, obviously my first name is Dylan, so D, Greek alphabet, shit like that. So I did that, and then I was like, that's dumb when I got older. So I was like, just make it Delta. But the SEO and the search engine optimization on just Delta is terrible. Like, a million things pop up.
Yeah.
So I literally just off the top of my head said, fuck it, Delta Deez. Like, and then I searched it, nothing else was there, and that was it. That was literally, there is zero things cool about how I came up with mine. There are zero cool, like, yo, mad people got mad dope, like, rap name backstories. Mine is like at the bottom of that barrel. Mine is like,
Listen, truth be told, if you called yourself Goody and said Goody Deez, that might have been absolutely worse.
That would have been a lot worse. It would have just been Goody. Just been Goody. It would have just been Goody. Like, it would have been my life would be so much actually simpler if I just, like, I think, like, it's just because there's so much. It's such a better rap name. There's a eventual plan to transition my rap name later on into just Deezy, like, into just like, and just making it like a D, and just a D and a Z. There's just like, it's just that it's not here yet. I'm not there yet. I'm working to get there to where that transition makes sense. But that transition is gonna happen because that's what most people a lot of people don't call me Delta. A lot of people just call me Deezy.
Now, I do got a question when it comes to you're back to your music and everything. You released an album. It was the last album was Teed Up 2, which was 22, in 2022.
Yeah.
Is there any future projects, maybe solo project? Is that anything in the span coming up soon, possibly?
We working on it.
Let me get an early link.
I got you.
I needs that.
I got you. And so we working on Bad Shit Baby 4 with Musicality right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to be starting up the work on Teed Up 3. So you might get 2 projects in the same year. You might get 2 solo projects in the same year.
Listen, I know a couple people. I know a couple people that's gonna lose their mind when they see this part.
So you might get 2 projects in the same year. I'm gonna try to make it. I want Bad Shit Baby 4. I want to be done before September, and then figure out when the best time to release it is within the last quarter. So you might get Bad Shit Baby 4 fourth quarter, and then you might get Teed Up 3
first quarter next year.
First or second quarter in the first half of next year. I'm not sure when. but I don't want to hold on to it too long.
Hell yeah.
Uh, so I definitely want to get it out as soon as
Now,
possible. I just want them to live. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like get there. Yeah.
Now, is there any outside? Because I know obviously collab with Otaku Underworld that happens all the time. That's your guys,
Hmm.
etc. Is there any collabs outside of Otaku Underworld that? Because I realistically, like, before I do these interviews, and obviously it's a lot easier with you, but
Yeah.
I go through past music, I go through past features and everything. I haven't seen a lot of features where somebody else that's not, it's just you and no other
Yeah.
Otaku Underworld members on. Because like every time I
Yeah.
see you on something, Diamonds is there. Every time I see you, it's like Slick might be there, and all thing,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything.
Has, yeah.
Yeah, or has. But is there any other features or collab work that you might be doing with other artists that you can announce? That you know of that could be coming soon. If not,
I'm gonna be.
who is one of
I
your
don't know.
favorites that's coming?
I don't know if I can talk about it. Um, Not because it's like, just because I don't know if the artist has made it public.
Okay,
That not because it's like some super secret thing. I just don't want to put anything. There is something I'm working, but it's not for my stuff. It's for somebody's project. I'm
somebody
working on
else's
something.
project.
Somebody else's project. I'm working on with them. They have like a really big dope plan
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And I'm working with them. But in terms of artists that I'm working with outside of my collective, there isn't plans or anything like that, and it's not intentional. It's just that I don't. Anytime I've done a song with a lot of my friends, like my close friends,
Mm-hmm.
usually they're like, "Yo, what do you got?" And I send it to them, and a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times, they're like, "Yo, can I get a verse on it?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And it's because I guess mentally I just one band man too much,
Mm-hmm.
one man band too much. Um, and I'm just like fuck it, like as long as I got a beat, like I can engineer it. I'm gonna engineer it. I'm gonna fucking record it. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna rap. Whatever needs to be done. And that's just how I'm programmed, because before Underworld, that's just how it was. I just made music by myself all the time. So it's just a habit thing. It's not that I don't want to reach out to people and work with people and get people on songs. And the reason why I don't also like doing that sometimes is because a lot of times I'll start making a song, I'll think of somebody, I'll hit them up, and then I never finish the song. Like it gets lost in the 5 songs I'm working on that week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's more of like just not leaving people being like, okay, like,
Is this coming
but
out
like,
or?
where's the rest of the song though?
Yeah,
Like I send them the snippet and they're like, where the fuck is the open? So it's just for the sake of not wasting people time.
I got you.
Also at the same time, so it's. But there are definitely artists that I would always be down to work with. People like Mari, people like Ty, people like Peso, people like Game Boy is always dope. Dizzy's always dope. DPS, there's a bunch of people. Schwabity, like there's always
I would say
people that I've if you see me work with them before, I would work with them again and get them on my own shit.
because I think you talked about it, especially on your last song with Shaken. Your features, your 20 might have been a little bit of a might have I don't know if that was a um extreme measure, but I don't want
That
pocket
was
watch.
including features. That was including features of me on other songs. Anything
Okay.
that I'm credited on.
Oh,
The
okay.
total is like 21 million streams
Oh,
with anything that with
I didn't want to
everything I
pocket
put
watch, so
out.
I was like,
I got you. That's cool. It's cool. I don't got all of the. Listen. Some of them joints is being a feature. You either getting paid straight up,
or
royalties, or a little of both.
okay,
So it ain't like I'm breaking the bank,
I
but
got you.
it's more of that's a 21 million, you in the top streams, you in the top 1% of artists that have ever existed on Spotify.
Yeah,
That number means a little more to me than the other, because to put it in perspective, I don't know if you saw this article. To be a top 1% earner on Spotify,
hmm
you only have to make 10 grand a year off of royalties. To be a top
yeah.
1% earner, to earn more than 99% of people on Spotify, You
Jesus.
only have to make $10,000 a year. But if you are the bigger picture is that if you are a top 1% earner on Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
that means that you are able to do more than 99% of people. So you have a trajectory now.
Yeah.
So now I'm closer to 100, 200, 300K a year than somebody is to making my 10 because how hard it is to break that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like there's a saying that's like your first meal is the hardest to make, the rest come easy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying about that where it's just like, yo, you get $1 million, it puts you in certain rooms, puts you in certain network, puts you in certain this. Top 1% artists on Spotify mean that you can get this shit shaking whenever the fuck you feel like,
Yeah.
basically. Like you have all of the capability to go up if you do the right things.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Once you break that barrier.
Hey, whenever you break that barrier, let me get $20. Let me get $20.
I
Uh,
got you. I'm gonna let you go.
now I gotta ask. I'm gonna ask. It's gonna lead into a second question that you may get mad at me for asking, but it's fine. We're gonna move on with it. Growing up as a kid,
Yeah.
what was because you obviously mentioned that you were like wanting to start rapping around 10. Shout out Wayne for all of them. But what was outside of the music part? What was Delta like? Because I'm not gonna lie. First impression, listening to music, I'm like, damn, Delta either been through some shit or Delta was causing shit. One of the two.
No, I was never trouble. The thing was that I just grew up with I just grew up around a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up around a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong. I've parts of like you get in fights, you get in just
Mm-hmm.
like whatever growing up and shit like that. Like it's just like I did mostly normal shit for the most part. Um, but I was surrounded by a lot of my whether it be friends or family and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
people that had a different experience, and I would just be with them, and I would just and I would just be there with them when a lot of through all of it because they were good people and I loved them, and um, basically, other than that, I played video games, dog. I played basketball, I played football, I played not like organized, but like I went to the parks.
Yeah.
We did backyard football. Like I was cooling, bro. Like I was really chilling. Like don't get me wrong, I've been outside a little bit, but I'm not like I would never get on here and say like I'm like front of streets, rep a set, did this, did that. I'm never gonna tell you something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I've seen people do. I can tell you what I know people would do in certain scenarios from
Yeah.
experience. I'm gonna tell you what some of my people have because, but the reason being that I want to put a different perspective of like maybe what are the scenarios that cause those kinds of things
Mm-hmm.
to be their situation because sometimes when you are directly in it then you can't see everything big picture, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Everything, a lot of things are big picture for me. Like what's the zoomed out version look like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like so growing up, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been through any trauma that you've heard me speak about like in detail
Mm-hmm.
on songs like Better Than I've Ever Been and shit like that. Like that's I've been if I get on a song and say I've been through this and I've done this, I it's 99% truth and maybe
Yeah.
like at max 5% like entertainment exaggeration. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? There's always going to be a little bit of exaggeration in things and a little bit of entertainment value in certain things because that's what we doing, but not to the point where it devalues the honesty of what's being said.
Yeah. Damn, man, you started saying here. I don't want to say my joke no more. All right, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna
Oh, go
ask.
ahead. No, say,
Nah,
no,
I'm
say,
gonna.
I'm cool with. No, you got to know, I'm cool with mad jokes.
No,
Like,
I'm fucking with you. Now I gotta ask because obviously, like, I'm from Houston. I'll say I'm kind of on the
okay,
same. I'm on the same level. I'm on the
yeah,
same level. I wasn't from it. I'm a nice guy. Seen some shit. Been through some shit. We ain't gonna talk about it. But what I gotta ask was, okay, when did you start losing your hair and became bald? Like, I have to ask this because I have to ask everybody that goes bald. But like,
I lost my corners when I was 20. So I still have my hair, but I lost my corners on the line up here.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? So I saw those fade, and I was just like, fuck it. Like, we just going full
Okay.
bald. Like, because it's on its way. Because it's if I grew it out now, there's more like I got the bald spots back here and shit like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, it's thinning up. It's getting real chemistry professor up here in the middle. So it's like I knew I knew
Chemistry
it was
professor is crazy. I'm sorry.
I knew it was I knew it was coming. So I was just like, nah, fuck that. I get to choose. I get to pick, not
Mm-hmm.
you. I was just like, you don't get to run me out my shit. I'm gonna shave this shit. And so yeah, I was 20. I started losing my corners young though. I started using my corners when I was like 17. It started to fade a little bit.
Fuck, I'm dealing
Like
with the
my barber
same
lied to me.
shit.
My barber lied to me. He told me I was like, yo, am I losing my? Because it started to look like it was thinning out.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, like tell me the truth. Like I'm losing my corners, right? And he was like, no, it's just blonde. And I was just like, all right, bro. You know what? I was just like, I'm gonna catch you around.
He wanted
I'm
to
gonna
make
catch
sure he
you.
got that extra little pay.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna keep you as long as you got a line up to line. As long as there's a line, I don't care if it's in a V shape or a straight line. I'm gonna line you up.
I respect it.
I'm gonna line you up, and I do respect it. I fuck with him. That's like one of like I fuck with him on a personal level, but I was just like, nah, bro, I can't just. I'm not gonna be one of them where it's like you holding on to it too long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got it up out of there.
Now, I do have to ask this going because you did mention that like growing up, like you was just playing the game, you was playing sports outside of school and everything. Was you playing the game like on a serious level where you was like playing it all the time? If so, was you any good? Let's be honest here. Like was you like what games
I was
did you?
nice at club. No, you would hate to see me on my search MW2 days. You'd have hate to
Ooh.
see. You'd have been fucked.
All
Nah,
right. Whoa, 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 whoa,
you'd have
whoa.
been fucked up.
First of all, we ain't gonna do that. That's getting a little.
You would have been fucked. Listen, I was,
You
yo,
look.
bro.
It sounded like you was
Because
coming
I
at me
only
for a
did two
minute.
things. I only did two things. I did music and I played the game, and then sometimes, like if my homies was outside, I was outside sometimes.
Okay.
But I only did two things, and so. But the thing is that I wasn't like MLG or anything like I wasn't a contender like for pro or
Yeah.
anything like that. No, I was just like around the crib nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I also like wasn't just into like I play a really wide variety of games.
Mm.
Like I love single player games. I love Call of Duty. I love Warzone. I love Rocket League. I love Red Dead 2. I love I got variety.
Yeah.
Like I love Fallout. I love StarCraft. I love this.
Fallout. Nice.
I love rematch right now. Rematch. I've been cooking people's ankles. Come get your fucking ankles took, Crody. If you want to see me on the pitch in a 3v, I hate to see you. Better off in a 5v5 because that motherfuckers don't know how to pass in silver. Let
That.
me tell you something. You see me in a 3v3, I'm taking ankles. I'm volleying it off the head, off of the crossbar, and then I'm putting it on your goalie's fucking neck. Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Stop playing. Come see me. Come catch this work.
Listen,
Come.
I would say he lying. I did see clips on Twitter. I did see clips on Twitter. He is he is nice with it.
I need those. I need those. I need my fade. I'd like run me my fade in there. But yeah, no. So I'm a thorough, certified, full-fledged gamer. Like, there's not a lot of games I'm not willing to try.
Okay.
I love Pokemon. I love Nintendo games. I love Fire Emblem.
Do you
You know
play?
what I'm
Do you play
saying?
sports games?
Love 2K. Love Madden. Love
All right, cool.
UFC.
Just know what you on COD. I am on sports game. I'm cooking you.
I'm ass on 2K, so that's fair.
Perfect. Madden,
I'm
same
ass on
thing.
2K.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm good on Madden. I'm good on Madden. I'm ass at Park.
Park, yeah, Park. Man, Park.
I play 2K for the single player my career features. That's what I played for. And I'm good. I'm better at like regular exhibition,
Mm-hmm.
like the 5v5 regular exhibition. I'm better at that. I'm decent at that. I'm okay at that. Like you pick the Celtics, I pick the fucking OKC. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm better in that on 2K. I don't get cooked on 2K that way.
We seeing this. Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Celtics. I don't lose with the Celtics. I don't.
Celtics are nice. Celtics are super.
We all heard.
I'm gonna fuck around. I'm gonna fuck around and give you 60 with Gilbert Arenas. I'm gonna go to the all-time Wizards team.
I'm gonna give you 70. I'm gonna give you 70 with Tatum.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Nick Young off the bench. I'm gonna get Swaggy off the bench. Do something with that. Guard that. Nah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna work. But Gilbert gonna have 60. Gilbert gonna have 60.
I can't lie. That's how
Y'all
the
might
Wizards
have
was.
85, but I'm gonna have 60 with Gilbert. Gilbert gonna get. Imagine somebody named Gilbert giving you 60.
Yeah,
Kobe 6.
Gilbert. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I hate. Yeah, agents. I can't call him Gilbert, man. Is it
Gilbert, Agent Zero.
is Hibachi or
My
Agent
favorite,
Zero?
my favorite jersey number of all time for any game or anything that I any organized ball, small portion of organized ball that I've played
Mm-hmm.
is double zeros always. I
Has
want
to
double
be.
zero.
Is
Yeah.
double zeros
Shout out to Beast.
or I ain't gonna lie,
Shout out
double
to
zeros are
Beast.
99. 99 just shows that you're just the best. If you have 99, you're not
Yeah,
ass.
because if you're 99 and you're ass, you getting cut.
Yeah,
You're
you're
going to
not
fucking.
playing. You're done.
You're going back to JUCO when you're 27.
Mm-hmm.
You're going back.
Yeah.
You're going back.
Now
Get out of here.
we're gonna move on back to the music part. I got a couple more questions. I don't want to take up too much of
Got
your
you.
time. I appreciate you though, but
No, of course.
my sleep schedule is done. Uh,
Yeah.
um, what I gotta ask is if there is one artist in the community that's not including you or your collective that you're
Okay.
going and you're showing some of your friends that never heard nerdcore before or only have
Okay.
heard your music. What is one?
Uh-huh.
What is one artist that you're showing? And if you can, what's one song? I have to ask.
Um, it's a toss up between Dizzy and Mari. It's a toss up between one of them. And fuck, if I could think of a song right, I could name you Dizzy and Mari songs any other day of the week. Oh, fuck, it was one of the first R&B Mari joints. God damn it, it was a slap too. Fuck.
Now or never. I'm trying to think of early. Not really
I'm
early.
trying to. I'm trying to. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if it's in my Apple library. It should be in my Apple library. I'm almost positive it is because I love this song still.
Hell yeah.
This shit slap.
Shout out Mari, man. Hey, listen, if I gave 954.
Mari, that boy 954, nice. Liar boy, that joint
Liable.
was
Yep.
crazy. I would show somebody Liar boy.
That's a good
I would
one.
show somebody Liar boy. And for Dizzy, if I had to pick one,
Dizzy all around too.
I can't do the. Dizzy got a lot. I can't say it.
I was thinking. I was
I
like.
can't say it.
I'm like. Yeah, if he says
Say
it, I'm
it's a
gonna
good
call
one
it.
though. Say it's a really
Say it
good
is a
one.
good one.
Say it is like cut me out of say it and just have Dizzy's part. Like
Yeah,
that's
that
a great.
was.
I just can't think of that. Like anytime people could ask me what I ate for breakfast this morning, and even if it was nothing, I'm gonna sit there and think about it. Like I hate like that's one of those on the like my brain on the spot is terrible
That's fair.
for remembering shit.
Now I'm gonna do that
But yeah,
same.
no, that's
I'm
like
gonna do that same question. But I'm gonna flip it. What's
mhm.
one song that you're gonna show that's one of yours? If you want to include like a feature, like that's cool too.
Okay. Like to get somebody to show somebody a nerdcore song.
Show somebody your song. Show somebody your song.
And,
Like
my the song that I would show somebody to introduce them to my music.
yeah,
Period. Ooh, that's tough. It might be better than I've ever been. It might be. It might be if it wasn't if I can't say better than I've ever been, then I would probably say um I would probably say Lovesick
that's a good one.
would be the
That's a
a
good one.
Lovesick would be a really good one.
Shit, I was gonna
Yeah,
say. I was gonna
that
say
would
even
be
though it's recent, I was gonna say shaking.
Shaken's a really good one. I'm trying to think of songs that have the singing and the rapping on them.
That's what I'll say. Better than I ever been would have been good.
Better than I've ever been is my number one answer. My number two answer is Lovesick though, because that is really, really strong. It's one of my strongest R&B records, just sonically, like
Mm-hmm.
not even just in performance, just sonically. And I'm really proud, and I love that song, and I'm really proud of it. So I would say that would be some old gold.
Hell yeah. Now from the final question, because
Yeah.
because
Am I going to change the battery in my smoke alarm after this? Yes.
he's not.
Yes, that is the final question.
I guarantee he's not. He gonna go. He gonna go see.
I'm not,
he
and
gonna
I ain't,
he gonna lay
and
down.
I ain't.
He gonna lay
I'm
down.
gonna be
Forget.
honest in music, but I'm a lot of you.
Nah. Since you was in Houston for a while,
Yeah.
DreamCon. It's in Houston next
Okay.
year.
Okay.
Is we getting a Delta D's
We
appearance?
might be we might be getting a Delta D's appearance. I might be trying to go. Me and the wife have been talking about it
I'm
because
not
we
going.
want to. Anytime we get it, because my wife from Houston,
Mm-hmm.
so anytime we get an excuse to go to Houston, that's like. And DreamCon's a really, really good
That's a
excuse
okay.
to go to
That's
Houston.
probably one
It's
of your
a
best
great.
excuses.
It's one of the best excuses you can excuses. Yeah, I know it. Fucking idiot. Excuses you can make to go to Houston for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I hope you're there. I'm gonna be there. I'm finna buy the ticket as soon as that bitch comes out. I'm not missing this time. I missed it this year. I'm pissed.
Yeah,
Uh, but that hey,
I
that's
was
all.
supposed to be at what was the one MomoCon?
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be at MomoCon and then shit fell through. So
That's one I've been thinking about going. The only issue is I don't got no money to fly or try or drive. I don't got no.
I was gonna me and my wife was because we like road trips, so we was gonna make a road trip out of it, and then we had to get the car fixed, and the car's fixed now, but it was gonna take X amount of time, X
Mm-hmm.
amount of money, and then we looked at the flights, and it was like a band of person or something like that
Yeah,
from up here. So
these
I was
flights are getting
just
bad.
because it was what was it Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a week booking a flight. Listen, even I could have did it, and I would have killed myself. I would have just all right in a video game in Minecraft. I would have been like it's stupid to just spend two bands for a last minute. Like, yo, bro,
Yeah,
it's cool.
next
It's
year.
cool.
Next year.
Next year, brother, DreamCon.
Hell yeah, man.
Catch
Hell
ya.
yeah. I'm gonna be there.
Catch
I
ya.
hopefully. I think a lot of people are gonna be there. If you are gonna be there,
Yeah.
put some goddamn deodorant on. Uh, listen, he knows.
Yeah.
He
There was
knows.
a dude. There was a dude at. Oh my God, was it San Japan when we did it, or was it at South? No, it wasn't South by. It was San Japan. We was at the convention center. It was a motherfucker in like not a ghillie suit, but like a military outfit, and like he was the police, but he was like I think his badge said like the stink police or something like that, and he was just spraying people that walked by that was
Bro,
musty with spray
bro.
deodorant, body spray, and spray deodorant. He was just
Listen,
so imagine you thought you was good, you left the house, you thought you was
they just
good,
do
and you
it.
walked by the police, and and you're just like, huh,
I'm not gonna
how
lie.
dare you?
I might have to go home after that. That's
Yo, bro, you have to leave, get out.
leave and then come back in a different outfit and pray to God no one
Get
recognizes
out,
you.
bro. I can't breathe through my nose in here.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this. He knows this. His wife, he knows this as well. Houston don't play no games. If you smell like shit, they gonna tell you
Oh,
smell like shit. And
they gonna
listen,
get you to this ain't San Antonio. This is not this
yeah,
is
they
not
say if you smell like shit and you come up to me,
this ain't Austin. This ain't Austin where a lot of people just smell like shit.
no, this
This is
Houston,
yeah.
this different. It's already hot. I don't want to smell your
Yeah.
hot breath as well. We don't want to do that.
I'm
Nope.
your hot ass.
Yeah,
Just your hot ass.
I'm
Just
I'm
your hot ass.
I'm
Hot
carrying for
ass
breeze when
armpit.
we go. That's my
I
part of
see
my thing.
I
I'm
see
carrying for
green
breeze.
stink lines coming from under your arms. Get the fuck away from me. Get out. Go
Yes.
take a bath, stupid.
No.
Are you crazy?
Hey, listen. I appreciate you, man. Is there any closing remarks that you got? Anything that you got to say to peoples?
Ascension is inevitable. We up and it's stuck. It's going up. Prepare for more Delta D's this year. I know I've been slacking on y'all, and that's because just moving and getting adjusted again, and life shit, and adjusting schedules and getting routine back. It's been a struggle for me, but I'm starting to find it again, and which is why y'all got two songs in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, or two songs in 2 weeks,
2 weeks. Yeah.
and so like, and I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna do everything I can to keep it up. When the projects come out, there's gonna be a lull of singles for a little bit to let the project breathe. But
Yeah.
other than that, y'all are gonna until those are ready to come out, y'all are going to get. I'm gonna do everything in my power to get y'all bi-weekly singles, get back in the groove, and get back to what I used to do best, which was just keep putting out shit.
Hell
So
yeah. Now listen, for my reactions, I'm not gonna lie. I've been sleeping on nerdcore reactions, music reactions.
hey,
I
listen,
just
bro.
listen when it comes to. I'm not gonna lie. I be listening to music early. I'm sorry. I'm my fault. I'm sorry. I be listening to
I
music
get it.
early.
I No, I can't imagine
That's why,
doing
hey,
reaction
this is
and
why
having to wait.
I move my reaction schedule to a specific day. I'm gonna start getting more nerdcore reactions, music reactions. I miss the music.
That's why until their most recent break, Red Moon was putting shit out fucking twice a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they
Yeah,
was getting to it because they was like, we not trying to miss none of this shit. This shit all
nah,
fire. This shit all fire.
but I appreciate Delta. I
I
appreciate
appreciate you,
Otaku
man.
Underworld. We gonna get more
Yes, sir.
reactions when that reaction video comes out. I'm gonna stream afterwards, after the
Yep.
video comes out. We're gonna try and get more Delta coming soon. We're gonna try and get more music coming soon. Go check out my other reactions. I react to basketball now. We improving,
Yes,
content
sir.
improving, gaming's out. I just uploaded a 2K video. That'll probably be like a week or two before. Make sure you go react to that. I'm gonna try to have more gaming videos. Shout out Delta.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie,
Yes,
didn't
sir.
expect you to answer. I appreciate you did. Uh,
I got you, dog.
Man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Shout out Delta. We gonna stream. Fuck. We gonna put his music in the description, man. Make sure I go check it out.
Yes, sir.
Go stream my reaction to his stuff. Then go stream his stuff. And we out. Make sure I like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Yes, sir.